Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your great support. Fellow Kenyans, I really think that we need to have this conversation, because if we don't talk about these things the way they are happening, then I think we are going to have a very big problem, or we are going to have problems. Now, I want us to talk about three things in this video. Number one, I want us to talk about Oburu Odinga saying that they are going to have William Ruto as their presidential candidate, and then now those others, that one is non-negotiable. The issue of the president is non-negotiable, and then these other positions, the deputy president position and those other positions are negotiable. Can you listen to Oburu Odinga first before we continue?
Kura ikikuja wakati huu sisi ODM hatutakuwa na candidate wetu ni President William Ruto. But all the other positions are negotiable. Particularly number 2. Don't you think I deserve to be number 2? Because that is what our concept. Can I not be number 2? Mimi nimetosha. Asanteni sana. Ninashukuru.
Now, that is our first conversation that we're going to have. The second conversation is the issue of Nandi Hills, where people went to attack MURKOMEN. Of course, we know very well that Nandi Hills is in Rift Valley, is where William Ruto comes from. Of course, the chaos and everything forced MURKOMEN to stop from going there because he knew that he was going to be attacked.
Now, what was meant to be a celebration of academic achievement in Nandi Hills turned into a politically charged scene after rowdy youth disrupted a graduation ceremony attended by Nandi Hills Member of Parliament Bernard Kitur. Chanting one term and waving placards, the group accused the legislator of failing to fulfill campaign promises, forcing a temporary suspension of the event as security officers moved in to restore order. Gilda Mgeni with the details.
Everything you need.
The colorful graduation ceremony for 150 students completing a 3-month short courses at Lesource National Polytechnic was briefly thrown into disarray after a group of youth stormed the venue moments after Nandi Hills MP Bernard Kitur arrived.
This is not your meeting. This is the kind of nonsense tunataka to stop in Nandi Hills. Na wale ambao mumewalipwa leo.
Waving placards and chanting anti-MP slogans, the demonstrators accused the first-term legislator of neglecting development promises, drowning the ceremony with chants that echoed across the graduation grounds. The disruption forced organizers to temporarily hold the ceremony as police officers and security personnel formed a protective ring around the dignitaries in an effort to restore calm. With tensions remaining high, officers maintained a heavy security presence throughout the event, allowing the graduation to resume under tight security. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, who had been expected as the chief guest, cancelled his attendance at the last minute, and it was not clear whether the cancellation was linked to the security situation.
And the last conversation that we are also going to have is the conversation of the affordable houses. Listen to this, and then now we get deeper into the discussions and we combine all of them together.
Residents of the Bomayangu affordable housing project at Park Road Estate, Ngara, are expressing frustration over a host of persistent issues plaguing the estate. Since the project's launch in 2021, homeowners and tenants have been grappling with challenges such as prolonged water shortages, sometimes lasting weeks, rising insecurity, and poor sanitation, among other issues. Homeowners say they have repeatedly raised their grievances with the management of the estate without remedial action being undertaken. Citizen TV's Ben Kiri paid them a visit.
When the affordable housing units at Park Road Estate were completed and handed over to homeowners in 2021, excitement filled the air. Many took pride in the achievement, hopeful of a fresh start in a modern, well-managed estate. However, That optimism quickly faded as mismanagement issues began to surface. Residents have been grappling with persistent problems, including severe water shortages, poor estate maintenance, despite paying a monthly service charge of 3,000 Kenya shillings, and worsening security concerns.
I am a homeowner here in Boma yangu. I've been here since December 2021.
Water scarcity is the most pressing issue. The extent of the crisis is evident upon entering the estate, where water vendors line up, selling the commodity to desperate residents.
Hoteli zimejaa, matroli zinaingia hapa, watu wa maji wanaongea venye wanataka, unaona?
The housing blocks range from 5 floors to 13 floors. A 20-liter jerrycan can cost up to 150 Kenya shillings, depending on the floor one lives on, turning water access into a costly daily struggle.
Imagine you've not used water the whole month, na unakuja kulipa water bill.
Maji mtungi moja tunauziwa 50. Ukiambia mtu akubebe juu alikataza maneno ya lift, weka maji kwa lift. Unaambiwa hayo maji, kubebewa hadi hapa, unalipa 100.
Accountability concerns have also emerged. Residents question where the millions of shillings collected in service charges from the estate's 1,370 units are going, as maintenance remains substandard and key services neglected.
Kila nyumba wanalipa 3,000 service charge. Where's all that money going? Ukipiga hesabu inakuja 4.1 million every month. So where's NHC taking all that money? If we don't have water, the lifts are not working, where's all that money going? Which maintenance are they doing with that money?
Security has also deteriorated. Cases of theft ranging from stolen clothes to household items are rampant. They say installed CCTV cameras do not function, leaving residents vulnerable.
Kuna usalama wote, mtu anaweza kuja akugongea mlango. Kama kuna kati sikukua, nimeenda dukani, nikaacha watoto wangu ndani ya nyumba. Mtu mwanaume amekuja akaingiza mkono chuma hivi, ajaribu kungangana kufungua mlango, watoto walikuwa wamefunga na chapia chini.
Repeated attempts to have these issues addressed have been met with silence, with management consistently dodging residents' concerns. Some frustrated homeowners are at their tether's end, and so are the tenants.
For me it's pointless because unajua hii nyumba pia value yake it's not that big anymore, because watu wengi wamehama, these issues of water. So nyumba kama unajua area ya Nyayo estate, it's far from town, but they have a bigger value than our house because they have all the necessities, but we don't have it. Na tuko karibu na town.
Until February this year, the estate was under the National Housing Corporation NHC. It is now managed by Ebony Management Limited. However, efforts to reach the new management were unsuccessful. When we visited the offices, no leadership was present, and written queries sent to them remain unanswered.
Let's now talk as Kenyans. Let's start by with the first video of Oburu. We all know very well that ODM said that they are going to fail a candidate. I remember very well Raila Odinga was saying that who told you that ODM is not going to fail a presidential candidate before he died. And after his death, it was like, now who is going to take over? Who is going to do what Raila said? Who is going to fulfill Raila's dream of ODM having a presidential candidate in 2027? Some people are saying that now, being that Edwin Sifuna has gone out of ODM, so most probably Edwin Sifuna can be the presidential candidate of ODM. Some people are saying that Oburu is fit. Some people are saying a lot of issues have been here and there. And then all of a sudden now, the people of ODM, that is Oburu together with his allies, changed the story. And they were saying, in fact, they were insisting that what they're going to do is very simple. They are going to have a deputy, they are not going to have a presidential candidate as per se, but they're going to have a deputy president. That one is a must. Like they were telling Kithure Kindiki that he should prepare himself, that nothing is going to make them leave that position to him. And remember this CS, Ruku was saying that he's going to make sure, because Kithure Kindiki is the one that is there, so he's going to make sure that if ODM insists that they must have a deputy president, then he's going to convince Kithure Kindiki to join ODM so that they can have, Kithure Kindiki can maintain that position as a deputy president, but within ODM. Now Oburu is saying that he is fit, he wants to become the deputy president. Gladys Wanga is there, wants to become a deputy president. Wycliffe Oparanya is there, wants to become a deputy president. What is it wrong? What is wrong with these people? Why can't these people just have their own stand? Why can't these people rest? That is the question. Why is it that these people have a lot of pressure here and there, this and that? What is the problem? What is going on? Can somebody just tell us what is really happening with these people? Once we know what is happening with these people, it's going to be very easy. It will be very easy to find a way of solving all these problems. But now the problem is these people, hata wenyewe hawajielewi, they don't even know what they want. They don't know the direction that they're supposed to take as people. The second video is about what happened in Nandi Hills. And of course, I've told you that MURKOMEN was chased from Nandi Hills. There is no need. One thing I know is that there is no single place. There is no single place that we will be like, we'll be talking about two-term, and there is nothing. There is nothing like development that has happened. Hakuna development imefanyika mahali popote. And then now places where there's no development, that is where now you're going to talk about two-term, you're going to chant two-term. It is going to be a problem actually. It is a very, very big problem that is very difficult, it's very hard to solve. We talk about two-term only if you've done something. If you've done nothing, there's no need of talking about two-term. That is one thing that people need to understand, that two-term is only, that is a conversation that we should only have if there is a development, if there is something constructive that you've done to the people. If you've done nothing to the people, then there's no need of talking about two-term. And that is why people will continue talking about one-term. People will continue sending you away because you've done nothing to them. The last conversation, fellow Kenyans, is about the affordable houses. And this is what I have to say. Up to date, nobody knows who owns affordable houses. Yes, zinajengwa na rais, lakini who is owning them? Watu walikuwa wanafurahia sana wakienda kwa hizi affordable houses, mara sijui nini, mara zimejengwa wananchi, Ruto alikuwa anasema kwamba ni za wananchi. So right now, people are crying because of those affordable houses. Nasikia watu wanasema kwamba nyumba utamalizaje 1 month bila maji? You're paying fee, mnalipa pesa 3,000, I don't know, 1,000, 3,000. So haja gani ukae kwa nyumba yenye hakuna maji na stima ni shida, hata kama ulipi? So is this the reason why William Ruto said that they'll only pay 3,000 service fee ya 3,000 alafu itaishi kwa nyumba milele? Sasa unaishi kwa nyumba unalipa maji, unanunua maji 50 bob, 20 liters. Na that 20 liters kutoka kwa first floor ama kutoka ground floor mpaka 15th floor ni 150. So tell me, in vibuyu mbili, that is 300. For somebody who has family, and of course, majority of these people who are living in these houses are our brothers and sisters, are Muslims. Of course, you know very well the way they use a lot of money, a lot of water, sorry. Imagine it, hata sio wao peke yao. Everybody use money, a lot of money, a lot of water, sorry. Watu wanatumia maji mingi sana. Especially mtu yote mwenye ako na familia anatumia maji mingi sana. Leave alone single people. Mtu mjua single person anaweza kuwa na maji 20 liters and can serve him or her, as long as amepata maji penye akiwa na 40 liters, huyo mtu anaweza oga na hiyo maji 20 liters hata mara 3 kwa wiki. Like mara 3 kwa wiki, mara 3. Anaweza amua anaoga na hiyo maji before after 3 days ndio tafuta nyingine. Lakini mtu mwenye akona familia, mtu anapaswa kuoga, anapaswa kupika, anapaswa kufua. So it's a single person anaweza eka nguo mpaka weekend ndio afue. Lakini mtu mwenye akona familia haizi akakaa. So you took these people to a house. Yes, the house you build a very good house. You take the service fee. You're not doing any service. You keep on changing agents because you don't want to be traced. You've taken their money. So how do you help these people? That is why you see anything that is coming from this government, we really need to be very careful with anything that this government is offering. Because this government is offering things at the expense of making us suffer. There is nothing good that this government is giving us. There is nothing good that has come from this government. And there is nothing good that can come from this government. Anyway, fellow Kenyans, I would like to know what you think at the comment section. That is just my opinion. That is my thought. Let me also know what you think at the comment section and tell me where you're watching this video from. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Boniface Awino. Bingo.